Southeast Asia is home to some of the most active and dangerous volcanoes in the world. Over the past century, these volcanoes have erupted with devastating power, causing death and destruction to nearby communities. In this video, we'll explore the 5 deadliest volcanic eruptions in Southeast Asia since 1900. Let us begin in central Java, Indonesia, where Mount Merapi, one of the most active volcanoes in the world, stands just 30 kilometers north of the city of Yogyakarta. Yogyakarta lies in the shadow of Merapi, which is notorious for its frequent eruptions. In 2010, Merapi erupted with deadly force, claiming hundreds of lives and causing widespread destruction. On October 26, 2010, Merapi erupted explosively, sending pyroclastic flows and hot ash clouds into surrounding areas. Over the course of several weeks, more than 350 people were killed, and over 350,000 were forced to evacuate. The eruption also left over 1,000 people injured, many of them severely burned by the pyroclastic flows. Did you know? The Javanese believe that a shadow sultanate of the spirit kingdom is located inside the volcano. The rulers of the spirit kingdom are Empu Rama and Empu Permadi. This palace is said to be a spiritual counterpart to the Yogyakarta Sultanate, complete with roads, soldiers, princes, vehicles, and domesticated animals. Mount Pinatubo, located on the island of Luzon, Philippines, about 100 kilometers northwest of Manila, erupted in 1991 with devastating consequences. Before 1991, Pinatubo had been dormant for over 600 years, but on June 15, 1991, it erupted catastrophically, spewing ash, gas, and volcanic material into the atmosphere with far-reaching effects. The eruption directly killed over 800 people, with the majority of casualties resulting from pyroclastic flows, lahars, mud flows, and collapsing roofs from the weight of ash. However, the full impact was far greater. The eruption forced the evacuation of around 200,000 people, and many others were injured, some seriously, from burns, inhalation of toxic gases, and collapsing buildings. Pinatubo's eruption also triggered massive mud flows that buried entire villages, with casualties continuing to rise long after the initial blast. In total, over 1,000 people died as a result of the eruption and its aftermath. Additionally, the eruption caused a global cooling effect, lowering temperatures worldwide and disrupting agriculture and economies. Did you know? Long before Mount Pinatubo became famous for its cataclysmic eruption, Philippine President Ramon Magsaysay, a native of Zambales, named his C-47 presidential plane Mamut Pinatubo. The plane crashed into Mount Manungal in Cebu Province in 1957, killing the president and 24 others on board. Now, we move to the island of Sumatra, Indonesia, and the deadly eruptions of Mount Sinabung, a volcano that had been dormant for over 400 years before erupting again in 2010. Located in North Sumatra, Mount Sinabung began its explosive activity in 2010, but it was during the eruptions of 2014 and 2016 that the volcano truly became a deadly threat. In 2014, Sinabung erupted with devastating pyroclastic flows, killing at least 16 people, many of whom were farmers and villagers living near the volcano. The eruption buried their homes and fields in ash, causing injuries to hundreds more. The eruption continued in 2016, with another violent explosion killing at least 10 people. In total, more than 30 people died from eruptions between 2010 and 2016, with hundreds more injured. Thousands of people were displaced from their homes, and the ongoing threat from Sinabung forced entire communities to live in fear. Did you know? In local folklore, Sinabung is guarded by the spirit of a woman of uncommon purity. Years ago, one tale goes, a young woman of good heart, who lived in the Karo region around the volcano, grew frustrated with her family and ran away to the mountain. There she changed into a spirit that now guards Sinabung, bringing the wind and rain and clouds whenever someone offends her. In Bali, Indonesia, Mount Agung erupted in 1963, becoming one of the deadliest volcanic events of the 20th century. Agung's eruption on February 17, 1963, was preceded by months of seismic activity. When it finally erupted, it produced pyroclastic flows and ash clouds that caused widespread devastation across the island. The eruption killed around 1,100 people, with most of the casualties occurring from pyroclastic flows and lava. Thousands more were injured by falling ash, burns, and toxic gases. Entire villages were destroyed, and the agricultural economy of Bali was devastated, leading to long-term economic hardship for the island's residents. Though Agung's eruption in 1963 was the deadliest, the volcano has remained active, with notable eruptions occurring in 2017 and 2019. Did you know? Deep inside Mount Agung's fiery crater, legend says a mighty dragon named Basuki lives. Basuki isn't just any dragon. He's one of 3 powerful serpents linked to the 3 main gods in Hinduism. The story goes that Basuki helped carry Mount Agung from Java to Bali and decided to stay, making the volcano his home. Next, we return to the Philippines, where Mount Taal, located in Batangas Province, erupted on January 12, 2020. This active volcano, situated on an island in Taal Lake, is known for its unpredictable eruptions. Taal's eruption began with a massive explosion that sent ash clouds rising up to 15 kilometers high, causing widespread panic in nearby towns. While the eruption did not result in immediate fatalities, it forced the evacuation of over 300,000 people, and the threat of a larger eruption kept everyone on high alert. Although the eruption itself did not directly cause many deaths, its impact was severe. Many residents suffered from ash inhalation, and several people were injured by the effects of the eruption. Property damage, including the collapse of buildings under the weight of ash, was extensive. Fortunately, the eruption didn't result in the same level of fatalities as other eruptions in the region, but the displacement of tens of thousands highlighted the continuing danger. Despite the lack of immediate casualties, the eruption of Taal showcased the vulnerability of densely populated areas near active volcanoes. Did you know? A fun fact about Taal volcano is that it's a volcano within a lake, with another lake inside its crater, and an island inside that lake. So, it's essentially an island, a volcano island, in a lake, Taal Lake, on an island, Luzon. This unique geological feature makes Taal one of the most fascinating volcanoes in the world. Locals even joke that it's like a volcanoception, a volcano inside a volcano.